Alright, got a quick one here today. Just wanted to show that I updated the Man-to-Man Vortex PoB thing to get some leveling stuff in, because a lot of people were asking about the leveling setups. If you are familiar with it, the leveling setup is just Armageddon brand cremation, just generic leveling. But I did put together a couple trees and a couple little sets of gear to show you if you're not familiar with it. If you have the PoB, which will be linked, the way to get it is you will go to like the tree section. There's a drop down over here. I've add leveling act 1 to 5, leveling act 6 to 10. You can click these, it'll show you some nodes. This one will show you the next set of nodes. And I've checked to make sure, basically, you should be able to unspec just about everything that you need to unspec when you want to switch over towards the mana nodes after finishing campaign and getting your transfigure gems from lab to do the Archmage stuff. It's not quite exactly enough to get rid of everything, so I think what I'll probably do on League Start is this pathing right here, going through this AoE and then up like this. You can see in the actual tree, instead you go this way and then up across the top. I'll probably not switch that right away and wait until I have like just some regret orbs to get it done that way. Or you could do it with gold, but you probably want to save your gold. We're thinking for like gambling wands or something. But so it has those. It shouldn't have too much extra random stuff. You should be able to do pretty good respecking with just the guaranteed respecs from campaign stuff. And then in the skills section, there's drop downs from the top, leveling 1 to 28. There's two sections because prior to level 28, you're leveling with rolling magma as your main source of damage. And it looks like there's a lot of gems here, but most of them are just one socket. Like they're not linked, it's just showing which gems you need. And then from 28 plus, you switch to cremation with Armageddon brand, and it has the links for those. On cremation in particular, there's some wiggle room for like supports. I need to uncheck one of these. Like projectile supports. You usually want something that's giving you projectiles, but it depends on what color sockets you get, because you don't always have tons of freedom for all your sockets. And like even the fire pen could be like a blue socket for concentrated effect or something. But gives you a basic idea. Armageddon brand's pretty straightforward, and it's much easier socket colors to get because you just find like a pure ES base and get one-off colors. Not too bad. But it's also less important. The cremation one is the more important 4 link for your single target. And yeah, that's kind of all there is there. It's just some basic stuff to show you the gems and the trees if you needed it. Otherwise, not too much. I'm not doing like super in-depth leveling every single act or anything. I just wanted to have that for people that needed it. And I can do this real quick because some people wanted gameplay. So, if you are unfamiliar with this leveling setup, basically Armageddon brand is for clearing and cremation is for single target. Cremation needs corpses, so you also have a desecrate. You can cast it, but so most of your clearing you're really just running around, shield charging, casting Armageddon brands, and my character's a bit overleveled for this right now because I just finished farming lab, but I just showed off. Usually it's the ignite that'll kill things, the ignite pro lift from these Armageddon brands. And then when you find something tankier, I mean, if you're gonna kill or like a boss, if there's corpses around already, you can just cremate those. If not, you need to desecrate and then cast your 3 cremations. There you go, perfect. And then you have a whole bunch of debuffs also to go with their cremation for single target. Like I actually have a flame wall, I have a wave of conviction for a debuff, I have a flammability for a debuff. And then you do want your Armageddon brand on single targets as well, because it does a little bit of damage and it applies the combustion -10 fire res. If you're starved on sockets early, which can happen when you're first switching, you probably drop either Flame Wall or Wave of Conviction. I'm not sure which one's more important to keep, but they're similar. It's like if you were like short one blue socket, it would just be, hold off on one of those. Or if you just didn't want to press a button for free damage for some reason. Yeah, there's that. But that's the setup. That'll get you all the way to Merciless Lab very easily, farming Merciless Lab for your gems. I just finished mine. I have the Frostblink of Wintry Blast, and I have the Vortex of Projection. And I am ready to switch to Archmage on my test character so I can see how the early mapping feels. Because I haven't actually played it in like a fresh character for this, so that's going to be the next step for me. But for this video, that's all I had. Just wanted to show the updated PoB stuff, and I'll have it linked and all that. Cool. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.